Why, hello everybody, my name is Threatx and welcome to Distant Worlds 2. So you're thinking, what is this game? If you have been a long time viewer of myself, you might know this is a grand strategy game slash 4X in space. Now, I actually did play this game many years ago on my main channel. I also streamed it as well, one of the only games I've ever streamed. This game is amazing. It's one of my all-time favorites. The amount of detail and depth this game has is absolutely mind-blowing, and as of 2 minutes ago, I now have the brand new DLC, Return of the Shakturi, on my PC finally. Now, this is a new DLC which basically adds an endgame crisis, the Shakturi, to the game. At some point, they will appear and they will try and literally wipe out the galaxy with various mutated space monsters, giant planet-destroying weapons. Everything you can think of is going to be trying to wipe us out. Now, of course, I want to do a full series of this. This is on my hobby channel, so we're going to be doing a full playthrough of this game. I'm going to try and just set up a brand new game as we start here and just go through and have a good time doing it. I've purposely not played this game for a while because I knew this DLC was coming, so I'm going to be a bit rusty, not otherwise, but I am really looking forward to it. Before we actually dive into the game, let's make sure it is set up to what I want to play here. So, of course, you have the opportunity to have an absolute gargantuan map in this game. You have 2,000 stars. Now, this isn't Stellaris, where you go into a system and you have, like, I don't know, 5 planets you build a mining station on. No. Every star system in this game can have literally hundreds of objects in them. You can mine individual asteroids. The scale is crazy. So I'm going to go for the biggest possible size of 2,000 stars and the largest possible sector size. Now, hopefully my PC won't explode doing this. We're just going to see how it works out. If this series randomly ends at some point, you know what happened, okay? My PC's in the bin once again. I've destroyed it like 5 times at this point in my YouTube career. Galaxy settings. I've actually gone through before going through saying what I'm going to set up, but just to make sure I got the settings I want so we can quickly smash through this bit. Now, I'm going to keep most of the settings on default, apart from a few things, because I want to make sure we have like a normal experience, or at least close as we can be. Now, I did actually change the difficulty to very hard mode. Now, I'm going to be honest here, it's been a while since I last played, and I know they've changed the AI a lot. So I kind of feel like if I go on extreme mode, I'm going to die. I think I'm not going to be able to survive. So we're going to just be a bit careful here and play on very hard instead. And also, the email I got from developers was quite interesting. Actually, I might show you a bit of it with the rest being blurred out, of course. As you can see, the email kind of warns you that the Shakturi, they might kick my ass. They actually are kind of terrifying. So I just want to make sure we have a chance here and not get completely wiped out. Apart from that, though, we're going to be doing restless AI. So they're kind of like aggressive, a bit, I don't know, hobo-murdery. They're going to run around the galaxy attacking each other. And there are some hostile races nearby. I want to get attacked by bugs, or something that's at least like cold-blooded, to try and get some early combat in. Apart from that, I'm happy with these settings. Oh, and also we have randomized research, so there's a chance we might just get thrown into a strange path of stuff we don't really want, but we have to use to carry on and survive with our nation here. As for threats, this is the pirate settings and space creatures. This is all going to remain on normal. We're leaving these guys be. They can respawn though, so if we kill a pirate clan, there'll be another one appearing somewhere else, hopefully far away from our beautiful empire as we play through here. Colonization, we'll leave this as it is. I'm actually, because of the size of the map, I've actually gone for a very small colony amount, which is kind of the amount of places you can put colonies on, because with 2,000 stars, there's going to be a lot of colonies anyway. I want to make sure the map is not completely just swamped with people. We have a bit of a, I guess, desolate and harsh galaxy instead of being one that is this abundant and prosperous. As for my race, this might confuse some people, but I'm actually going to play as the humans, because one, I like playing humans anyway, but also since I've last played, apparently they've gone through and they've reworked all of the basic game factions, the ones that were released on day one. And that, of course, includes humans. So they've got like a new features such as, what's this one? Hero of the Hour. When war is declared on you, choose either a new admiral or general. And they've also got a bunch of other stuff that's unique to this particular race. And of course, if you've watched me before, you would know that I love carriers. And of course, they got a modifier here. All carrier ships hulls, plus 50 size, which means we can get more and more fighter base, which is what I'm looking forward to. So I'm actually, for the race, I was originally going to play as a democracy, but I was looking through the different options. Refugee fleet, interesting. That could be, no, we're not going to do this. The reason being, I want to play as a monarchy. for the sole reason that it actually allows you to have a flagship. You can designate one military ship to be the pride of the fleet, so there is no possible way I would not want to build the HMS Victory and let it ride us towards victory across the galaxy. That's going to be great. Anyway, so I think apart from that, we should be good to go. Now, there is an option of colors and flags. I ideally want to be red because we are United Kingdom, of course, but the flags look a bit buggy. And when I say buggy, I don't mean literally like game code. I'm on about they look like they're from bugs. So I might instead go for a nice light blue. Of course, United Kingdom's nice, right? We have a nice light blue color for a historically very peaceful country. I don't think England ever invaded anybody in a parallel universe. Anyway, moving on with our lives, let's do the starting situation. Now I want to start at the edge of the universe. I like being on the edge and we move in. And all these are going to be default. So we start with literally nothing. There will be no hyperdrive. We have to research it ourselves. We are completely just starting from scratch. Apart from having a planet already, of course. Now, of course, there is an option to have as many empires as you want. I'm going to go for 20 of them. Because I want to have like a congested, crazy empire sprawl where everyone is trying to get as much territory as possible. I'm looking forward to it anyway. The last thing I will say is going to be the victory conditions. This is going to be on default, but I will point out the return of the Shakturi storyline is enabled. So at some point, they will appear in the galaxy, and when it does happen, I'm going to be really excited. Anyway, apart from that, everybody, I think we're good to start. Let's start the game, shall we? Oh, look how cool these ships are. I think these are the Dactori or something like that. They're kind of the spider race. They're one of the DLCs if you haven't seen them yet. Their ships look really, really cool, though, I had to say. And here we are. Our faction is known as the United Kingdom. Our government is a monarchy. Very nice. So, we of course start in a randomized situation. So let's see where we are on the map. Top left. Okay, I think I could actually spin around the camera so we're kind of facing upwards across the galaxy. We're not exactly like at the edge of the rim, but we got some stuff in between like nebulas. I think it's quite a nice start. Nice and cozy. So let's go and look at our starting system, shall we? Wow, that is the most funky gas giant I've ever seen in my entire life. Look at this thing. I need like sunglasses to even stare at it. So, we're actually not a planet. We're actually a moon. Uthama, that's an interesting name. Let's rename our capital planet to Albion for now. And let's have a look around. So, of course, at the start of the game, you don't really have anything going on at all because you literally have no ships. You're building your very first things in the game. So, of course, first thing we want to probably try and do is to build ourselves a spaceport. Now, I kind of like doing my own ship designs in a way, but not too crazy. We're not going to spend the whole time doing ship designs. But something I do definitely want to get sorted out is when you build your very first space station, you only have one construction yard. You need, well, a lot of ships at the start of the game. So I personally always love to put down a second construction yard, which means we can make 2 ships at the same time. So you're thinking, simple pig math, you literally doubled your construction speed right in the first 10 seconds of the game. Now, of course, it means you've got to get rid of some weapons, but let's be honest here, everybody. At this point of the game, we have no technology. We have seeker missiles and long-range cannons. There's no armor. There's no shields. If something comes and shoots us, it's going to blow up anyway. I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm going to cut some of this stuff down, and hopefully we can get enough size to build this station. Oh, I hate when this happens. I need to get rid of one more size to get this station to be buildable. So, sorry, Seeker Missile. It's not your day. You're being deleted. Apart from that, I think we're good to go for now. I will probably name these later on, but for now, because we're right at the start, we just get things rocking out. So, let's get my empire building one of these. Now, this game is, of course, real time. Otherwise, I wouldn't be playing it. What is this? In the ancient human city ruins, we have made a curious discovery. For countless generations, we have looked to the stars while living amongst the remains of the civilizations of our ancestors. Tales from those days of a terrible cataclysm which destroyed them were passed down to us. But only recently have our scientists allowed us to better understand the artifacts they left behind. Very similar to my Star Conclave I did very recently. We now know for certain that we are not the first of our kind to leave our planets. It's almost like there's some kind of crazy galactic scale event. They went to the stars before us and left behind a path for us to follow, in the form of these ancient relics. Our long study of these ruins has helped us learn to construct starships, and possibly even faster than light travel, without the effects of time dilation. We have also recovered a great many unusual resources vital to these technologies from the ruins. Most of these resources do not otherwise exist on our world, and we must be used carefully. Basically, the game's telling you that, If you build too much of one thing and you haven't got the mining bases, you're literally stuck. You can't build any more ships or bases. You have to be very, very careful at the start. As for our first priority, we need to find more resources our ancestors had access to allow our research and exploration to continue. So basically, that's a very big, quick primer to the game. I'm not going to read out every event because there's a lot of them in the game, but for story stuff, we will go through it because I think each race has its own bespoke story and stuff. And of course, we had to discover what happened to our ancestors. Why are we just plebs living on a ridiculously oceanic world? Who knows? Anyway, so with that in mind, let's have a look at our very first station, Albion Spaceport. I actually made the UI huge, by the way, on purpose, just so people can see it, and also for myself, because I'm effectively blind at this point, so I'm sorry if it's too big for some people, but I want to be able to see what's going on. Let's see, so monarchy, due to the chosen government, we have gained insight into coordinated control, crew systems, and planetary palace. So these are all different technologies in the game. If we go and have a look at the tech tree, we will see that there is, in fact, a lot of technology to go through. Now, of course, remember at the settings at the start of the game, I have hidden the resource paths, and it's also randomized as well. So we may not be able to go down like so. It might be like a really weird connection path. So what I personally like to do right at the start is we need to get moving. We need to physically try and travel around this universe. So at the start of the game, we currently only have sublight engines like we do in real life. To get from point A to B, we need to very slowly move between systems. Now we can try and rush through the very first hyper technology here, early warp field experiments. Now, don't get me wrong, guys, this won't allow us to travel between solar systems, but it does mean we can explore our current system quite quickly, which is good for expansion. So I'm actually going to do this right away, and we're going to use our cache to crash it. This basically means it goes at double the speed, and there's no possibility of it being ruined by negative events resetting it to 0. So very nice, and we should get that technology in 1.79 years. Very specific. Thank you for the information there. Now, as for everything else, I'm not actually going to do anything, weirdly, because anything we build now needs to be upgraded anyway with the new hyperdrive. So there's not actually any point, in my opinion, from building anything right now until we get this technology sorted out. Now, luckily for me, I can increase the speed of the game quite a bit, so we can just smash through the first moments. But we can also just witness the power of Albion's first spaceport being built as well, which is pretty cool. Now, hopefully, if we're lucky, we might get some pretty good ruins and events around here. So looking around, there's a lot of systems around and about. Now, as we haven't gone there yet, I can't tell if there's any artifacts or anything there. Sometimes you might get lucky and you might have some ancient starships just derelict around planets. If you manage to repair them, you might be able to get some quick research bonuses, but only time will tell, as they say. I needed to set up all my automation settings because this game is so complex and so vast. You actually can automate parts of your empire, which is pretty awesome. Now, I personally like doing this because I don't want to have to micromanage every single ship order or every single mining station being constructed. So I do like to delegate some things out. As for most things, though, I've got all these options. There's so many options here. As for all like the important things like declaring war and diplomacy, I will personally control that. It's more of like the fleet command stuff that I will automate at times, just to let the AI take stress off me so I can focus on the more important things. I want the game to manually construct bases, but I want to be in control of building ships. I want to be the person that decides we have 50 carriers or something, because that's exactly what I tend to do. I will automatically do research myself. And ship designs, I will do if it's military. I don't care too much about the civilian cargo freighters and stuff, but when it comes to making the ships of war, I want a personal touch on those things for sure. War missions, what is this? What is this? War missions, automated assignments of war missions that give bonus rewards. This must be a new thing in the DLC or the new patch. I've never seen this before, so it'd be interesting to figure that out. Excellent, we've unlocked hyperdrive technology. So that means if we go back to the ship designer and we have a look at our, where is it? It should be around here somewhere. The exploration ship, you'll see that it is now equipped with the skip drive. Now, just to show the difference in speed here, this thing moves at 3k a second, right? I think that was its speed. No, sorry, it's 10k a second it moves. If I didn't have this installed, we would have to move at 56 speed. So that is why I didn't bother building any explorers up to now, because that would have been a giant waste of time. So we're actually going to quickly queue some of these up and we get them building. Hey buddy, can you do... Let's do 3 exploration ships. Now the game's already started me with one already. for free. So it's around here somewhere. That's not it. This is a construction ship. You need these guys to build your bases on certain locations. Oh, there's the Explorer. It's already out in the middle of nowhere. Come back, buddy, and repair yourself. Thank you very much. Cool. So as they're building there, let's go back to the automation settings. So I think I went through most of this already, right? I'm happy with what all this stuff says. Because I'm also going to be the person that's in charge of making fleets, giving them the correct amount of ships, and telling them the general area they're going to be working in. Because I want to have defense fleets, attack fleets, raid fleets. There's a lot of options we can do here. Ah, there you go. Our very first ships have been created. So these guys actually have the ability to warp. So this ship is already now doing hyperjump. You can see that it immediately just teleports to this ejector pretty much. Now, just to point out again, if we go back to research, once we get the next technology up from the one we just unlocked, stable warp fields, the speed goes from 10k to 200k. This would actually allow us to travel between solar systems in the future. Should be pretty cool. Because if you look at a ship right now, if I go and have a look at this guy, for instance, and I zoom back out again, the yellow circle is actually how far he can travel with his current hyperdrive. So it's not perfect. So for instance, if he does travel all the way over here, that's beyond 50% of the range, so he can't get back. So if you're looking at a yellow circle, I would basically just split it in half to imagine the actual rate they can go forward and backwards with. Is that a black hole? Ooh, check this guy out. These are normally great for research and resort bases, but they do most of the time have some pretty nasty space creatures there, so we've got to be a bit careful. Maybe we can try and clear it out at some point. Anyway, so let those guys do their own thing. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do? I normally make a control point on my capital, so I can just quickly zoom back at a double click just to look at my main station there. Awesome. Anyway, so we're also now getting stable warp fields. If I can, we can't afford it right now, I want to crash this to double the speed it researches at, because the quicker we get exploring the universe, the more territory we can claim, the more anomalies, the more artifacts. Everything is better if we just get out there quicker than everyone else. That's my general plan here. So what we want to do after this, we can actually queue up to 15 technologies. Probably a bit premature, but I want to make sure afterwards we get advanced nuclear fission, because the problem with these basic technologies is they're not very good. I'm going to be honest, they're actually terrible at their jobs. This guy here is abysmal. In comparison, the fission reactors push out way more energy and are way more efficient with fuel, so we can use more energy and have better ships. We also want to get ourselves some early shields and armor, so if we do run into a bit of combat, we actually have the ability to defend ourselves without just being blown up immediately. At the same time, what do we do for weapons? The game's given us missiles and kinetic weapons, so I actually kind of like those. They're kind of fun. So I think we will stick to these two weapon types. There are more. We might diverge as the game goes on, but for now, we'll have our military using those ship designs and whatnot as we play through here. Let's go back to body settings, colonization. So good. I want to make sure. So I think for the most part, this has saved my settings when I was playing by myself the other day. Back in like months ago at this point. But the good news is most of the stuff is set up for what I personally wanted to do. So I haven't got to worry about it too much. But yeah, this has actually saved it. This is not a default setting. So I don't think I need to look through the rest of these items. The game has saved what I want to do already. Awesome. Ah, cool. So we're doing some scans and we found some resources nearby. Now, one of the main things we need at the start of the game is calcium or something like that. Calcium. It's the fuel. All the reactors we're currently researching and using, they use a certain item type to actually use as fuel. So we go back over here. It is called Caslin, I think. Don't ask me the actual way to say it, but it's something like that. So we need to make sure we have good supplies of this. Now, normally you can only find it from gas giants. So technically right now, we're actually living off a finite supply of fuel. So hopefully, if we're lucky, one of these gas giants will house what we need to carry on playing the game, or it's going to be pretty awkward. Let's have a look around. Now, as these explorers do their jobs, you can kind of see them spewing out probes at the planet here. We might discover some different items here. Now, luckily, this gas giant actually comes with a reactor research bonus. 21% increased speed for reactor research. So, oh, handy. The game's already doing it. They're going to build a research station here to start pushing out the technology bonuses. The research in this game is a bit interesting. It's limited in two particular ways. The first one is the flat out research lab. So currently we have plus 13 research from Albion, and every research station we make gives us more flat output. Now, at the same time, there's also a maximum potential. You can kind of read the tooltip here, but we can't just keep spamming out millions of research stations. There is a limit based off the size of our general empire. So we got to try and, if we can, make sure we have maximum amounts of research at all times. Now, the other way of getting research from your money is funding. Now, currently, any excess money I have is split into two separate locations. We have colony growth, which increases the speed of growth on a colony, and research. Now, I personally like... Do you know what? This ratio is quite nice. I personally like to do colony growth as fast as possible because every planet makes you money, right? It funds our war machines. It helps fund the private economy, which helps us build civilian freighters and cargo ships, passenger ships, tourism, loads of things. So the more population and the more money we have, the more of an economy we can build. So I definitely like the idea of increasing growth as soon as possible. Just show people if they're not aware, by the way, if I get rid of this for a second, the growth rate went from 4.6 to 2.5% per whatever, month, quarter, week. I'm not certain, but that is a huge difference. And we definitely want to get that maxed out as soon as possible. Cool. Looking good. So speaking of money, by the way, how are we looking? We need to get... Where is it? It's just... we need to get 20 grand to crash that research. So right now we're a little bit low, unfortunately, so we can't quite afford to crash the research. But it is what it is. Let's see. So luckily, because we didn't actually start as a monarchy, we actually have the building here, Planetary Palace, because what king does not have a palace? This actually gives us a bunch of like happiness increases and stuff like that, which should generally increase our income, which is really good. We get it quite early because normally if you're playing as a normal race, you just flat out can't get it right away. You have to go a little bit further in and get planetary governance, which is better, by the way, but it's a nice early boost to the game. By the way, speaking of technology, look at these. This is all new stuff. So there's categories in the game, right? These three are new: psychic tech, genetic engineering, and bio warfare. All of those sound like they're breaking the Geneva Convention, so we'll have to get ready in the future to see how that works out when we go through here. Let's have a look around a little bit. So what else are we finding? Do you know what I should be doing? I know we're trying to save up for the stable warp field first, which I have just done. We've only got a single construction ship right now, if I'm correct. Yes, so there's only one dude floating around the galaxy building these stations for us, which is not great because we want to get the economy rocking soon. So a lot of these discoveries we're making, it's great, right? So for instance, on this planet here, we've just discovered Korogu beans. You're thinking, what are you talking about, Threatx? What is this jibber jabber? This is a luxury item. So the more of these we get on our main planets, the more income we get from the population, because it makes the colony better. So this is basically a walking cash cow here. Also, I love how they got descriptions here. What is this actual bean? Korogu beans grow on a small thorny trees founded on a sandy desert world. The tree takes many decades to grow to maturity. Once it's finally matured, it produces small bean pods. Interesting. That are collected and dried. Korogu beans are tasty but very spicy foodstuff used as an ingredient in dishes in many desert cultures. Oh, it's basically mega spice. It sounds pretty cool. If Hot Ones was alive in Distance World, he would be using this in his program. I'm just going to put it out there. Oh my god, everybody. Check it out. We have discovered an ancient starship. Now, this is probably off topic, but I just want to point out that just use your mind eye. If you're as old as me, does this ship not remind you of the old Republic Star Wars ships? I think it's called the Hammerhead or something from those old games from the old Republic. It looks very similar. Now, unfortunately for me, I'm not sure what ship set this is from. I don't think it's actually in the game yet, because there are some races that aren't in the game to play as yet. But I think it looks really cool. So with this ship encounter, we can actually queue up one of our vessels or construction ships to go and repair it, which I think I will do. Wait, I've forgotten how to do it. Give me a second, guys. My noobness is coming through here. Cool. So at some point, someone will fly over here, repair it, and we can decide what to do with it at some point. Cool. Now, that's going to even show even more that we need to get more construction vessels. So I'm going to build another 3 for now, just to really get the economy going as we play here. And this also shows why I want more construction ships, right? Because you can see the base is already stuck making mining ships. When we get like more mining bases, it's going to be creating literally hundreds, and later on that, thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of civilian ships will be made throughout the course of this game. So we're going to need a lot of construction yard speed, to say the least. Excellent. Mining stations. So I don't want to go too much over how the game works itself, but just to really quickly say, I guess, because the game is split between automated and what you do personally, these mining stations just gather stuff off planets. You can see it in real time. It's collecting, like, all this stuff. This does not teleport to a magic space bank like it does in other games. No, no, you literally need to have your freighters, which are run by the civilians, to fly over, physically pick it up, and bring it back to your planets. As systems go, it's awesome. Without saying a doubt, this is why pirates are dangerous, because they can literally steal your bounty. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on. They can literally raid your planets as well and nick stuff from them. So there's a lot of really cool mechanics behind the hood of this game. It's really enjoyable. Ah, cool. We have a brand new construction ship being created. Awesome. So you're thinking, dude, when are you going to start making military vessels? Well, honestly, right now, there's no need to. We haven't found any pirates yet. And if I build loads of space vessels, they're not going to be very good because we haven't got the defense technology. And also, it's going to cost money. I want to make sure we maintain having really good research bonuses and stuff for now anyway. Let's have a look around. Now, I will say, because the game is pretty dynamic at this point, the game's already started. There's 20 randomized races in the map. There's randomized systems and pirates. There will be, at some point, a pirate that will find us. Now, the question is, are we going to be ready when he finds us? Also, is this from Wallace and Gromit? It's like it's a giant cheese planet. It looks delicious, to be honest. In fact, it's nearly dinner time for me in like half an hour or so. So I'm starving right now. This is making my life a living hell. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. Let's look away. I can't stare at that for now. Wait a second. I've never seen a sulfur volcanic planet before. Is this a new planet type? Ooh, what's this? It's got a firestone, plus 1% colony income, plus 8% development. Very nice. Okay. We're about to unlock the potential of even more warp drives. After that, do you know what I might do? I know I already queued up some basic technology. We need more speed, everybody. So I'm actually going to go down here, and we're going to grab research labs. Damn it, guys. I don't want to build the enhanced crew systems. We're going to grab research labs. This basically takes the same amount of space, but it makes the labs more efficient. So right now it makes 12 research. It will go to 16. A big difference. And it's also got a little bit of technology already sorted out for it. So I want to get that locked in just so we increase the speed here a little bit. Okay, so we've got 45 days left for that to come through. And we're looking pretty good. We've actually got quite a lot of money at the moment left over. So look at this for a second. Funding levels. Yeah, so right now, we're making so much money. We've actually got £1,000 spare, which is literally just going into the bank. So we actually have a little bit of maintenance costs. It's gone. Why did I come back? It's come back again. It's fine. This will fluctuate a lot based off the amount of supplies a planet has of luxury goods. So it will go up and down based off the economy. I mean, these guys here, they do a better job. They need to hurry up and deliver our supplies. So with £1,000 of excess income, I'm going to use it to, of course, fund more fast research. But also we might increase other things as well. Let's do some military. I know I said it was a waste of time, but if I get the ships built, it might dissuade some very early pirate attacks. If we have like a squad of like 10 escorts, we might be able to swarm them to leave us alone if they try and attack us. So what I'm going to do is do a ship design. Now, we've only got access to the very, very, very basic Quasar type ship here. It's an escort. It's absolutely pathetic and tiny. It's just sad, to be honest. It's not a real escort ship whatsoever. Now, of course, we've only got two weapon types. We've got missiles and cannons. Of course, they are very different from each other. Cannons, very, very close range. They actually can pierce through certain attack types and damage components of ships. They're really fun. They can pierce shields and stuff, if I remember. Yeah, actually, it says it right here. Shield by... Sorry, I thought I was playing a Pirates game for a second. I can't show you, but on the right-hand side, you got all the stats. One of them is shield bypass, plus 40% chance of bypassing a shield. So pretty handy, but not very good against armor. Now, I'm going to try and focus on this, with the hope that we just spam them so much, we damage their ships and they retreat. So we're going to have two cannons, and that's all we can really do. There's nothing else I can put on the ship at the moment because we haven't got enough technology. So this is going to be... Oh, what kind of ships should we make? I tell you what, we're going to name it after swords for now. So this is going to be the Gladius Mark 1. It's going to be our very first military ship line, and as I go through, I will increase the marks as we go. Now, there are preset tactics you can put in. I personally am not going to change too much. What we do later on in the game, when we get more technology, I'm going to create a line of escorts, which are just honestly disgusting. There'll be very long-range missile core escorts, which keep at maximum range away from enemies, and it would just shoot them forever until they just cry and die. That's the plan in the long run anyway. For now, though, we can't do that. Our missile range is slow, our ships are slow, and we have no protection. So we're going to go for just asking them to retreat if they're damaged in any way whatsoever. I want to make sure if they can, they get out in time and try and repair. Because if they die, they're dead. They can't repair themselves. It's a wasted ship. Done. Save and exit. So, guys, I want to make a group of fleet ships for now. This is where the game's really cool with the fleet design. So we're actually going to make a brand new fleet. Which is a kind of a template in the way. So this is going to be the Royal Guard. It's going to be our main fleet, and its sole job for the entire series is going to be to protect Albion. That's all it's going to do. It's going to sit in the system. It's going to protect us from harm. Now, of course, at the moment, we can't really do much with it because it's, well, we only have escorts. But for now, I'm going to try and get like 10 or so, which costs 1,191 maintenance. So we can nearly afford it right now without going into our budget when it comes to other items. It does also cost 27 grand to construct as well, so it's a bit expensive, but it's worth the cost, I think. So we're going to start building this at Albion Spaceport, and there you go. It can only afford 5 of them right now, but we'll start having a very small fleet. So you are the Royal Guard, my friends. Protect our homeland. Thank you. Cool. What is this? More mining stations being constructed. Looking pretty good. Has anyone started doing the... Yes, they have. Check this out. It's nearly finished. So don't quote me on this exactly. I'm trying to go off my own brain-dead knowledge at this point. But I think as the game... these get repaired, you get little snippets of technology. And if not, if you go and disassemble this for technology, you get a lot of stuff. It may just unlock technologies flat out, which you don't have otherwise. It's finished. Check this out. Now, of course, with any ship you get, you might also decide to keep it for yourself. If you get a really powerful, like, super ship, it could be the flagship of your fleet until you get something better. But I personally always like the idea of increasing my technology so I can build generally better ships. Now, as cool as this guy looks, I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry. You have to be deconstructed to fuel the technology of my empire. Let's have a quick look at those, shall we? So this thing has strength of 488. That's kind of like a general damage score. I'll keep it alive for a few seconds here. We're going to bring this back to our main base. And I want to compare it very shortly to one of my new escorts. It's going to be a pretty sad comparison. So this guy currently has 2 large missiles on him. And he's got fighters. How cool is that? Wait, how's this going to work? So this is a general question here. Oh, I see, it's broken. So I haven't got fighter technology. So even though it has a hangar bay, because we haven't researched fighters, there's nothing it can build. Because fighters are also designable. So a bit awkward. Regardless, this is a Gladius. One of my new escort ships. If we bring this guy over... Wait, do you have a hyperdrive? No way. No way. I don't think he has a hyperdrive. So I'm trying to look at the ship design, but I can't remember how to do it. Ah, there you go. So this is the ship here. It does have a hyperdrive. It can move at a speed of 456k a second. Slightly faster than my current ships by a factor of like 46 or so. But apart from that, it's not that much better, right? It's fine. So this guy is pretty advanced. And I think we probably want to disassemble it. So we're going to take you over there and ask you to retire. Though, should we do a comparison first? Let me just bring you over here for a second. So with every ship, by the way, I can just give orders whenever I want to. You can switch between having... Oh, no. Why, hello there. It's the Hidden Dagger Skyjackers. Do you reckon these guys are nice? Maybe they're like some weird roleplay group for D&D we're not aware of. We've encountered a new pirate faction. That's not a good sign. Yeah, they're going to try and kill us. So their very first contact with us is, of course, saying, it would be a shame if any of your ships or bases suffered harm. That's a nice head you have on your shoulders. They're trying to get me to pay them tribute, but I'm a stubborn man. I will not allow anybody to threaten me. I will die before I give these people a single scrap of my money. Not a single pound will go to the Hidden Dagger Skyjackers. We reject this deal, sir. and I will fight you when you appear. This is not going to go well. First contact has been achieved, and they're attacking my base already, which is not good. Now, the good news is, everybody, we have a ship. Now, the reason I wanted to compare it before I dived into it, these ships have a strength of 118, and they got heavy rail guns, point defense, and splinter pods, which is kind of like boarding vessels. Now, if we go back to my vessel, it's powerful. It can fight. I want to assemble it, but right now we haven't got a choice. It has to defend our bases. So we're going to temporarily keep it as a ship, and we're going to make it join the Royal Navy. Royal Navy, where are you? Your first mission is now. Protect the base. I hope they should do it automatically. At least I hope so. Defend. Where are the hidden skyjackers? I can give them manual orders for now just to make sure they're actually doing their jobs. There's a lot of pirates. They're coming with 5 ships. And there's also a space monster. What have I done to deserve so many rapid fire events at the same time? Oh, this is okay. There's space monsters outside the black hole. I mentioned it before. And my god, their power rating is astronomical. That's insane. That would wipe us out in seconds. Luckily for us, it's not going to do that because we're not going to go there. In comparison, by the way, my escort, so the strength is 17. So, yeah, they're not exactly too powerful there. Oh, no. The mining station has a strength of 20. It has no defenses, no shields. But the fleet has arrived. Ghost Fleet, excellent. So, I already know this because I played the game before. Ghost Fleet actually is a story faction. We'll see in a second. So, Hail Dirtser. Do you know what? Let's watch the battle first, and then we'll do this. Oh, wait, I can't. I had to do the event. I'm sorry, everybody. Hail Dirtser. We are the Ghost Fleet, and we have a long watched over your primitive world. Our old legend tells us that many years ago, some of our ancestors settled amongst you. As a result of all the plague-filled dirtballs of the galaxy, we've been a bit protective of yours, and we generally discourage other clans from raiding your system. It's happening right now. I don't believe you, but whatever. Now, this has cost us over time, as some of the clans are fairly ultra-violent. That's an interesting term, ultra-violent. Anyway, the legend also says that someday you would take to the stars again, and that when that day came, we would be able to rejoin our dirt-based ancestors in one happy new clan. Seeing this is now happening, we figured it's time for a chat. The only thing is, you see, we've been rereading the legend and also taking over the cost of protecting your dirtball for over generations, and the legend says that rejoining you will return us to prosperity. Now, we figure this means that you'll need to pay us, and if you do, we'll know the prophecy was right, and we'll join up with you. Otherwise, well, I guess we all know not all stories turn out to be true. So this is a story event for our faction, and of course we will pay our brothers to join us in holy war against the other pirate clans. Let's do it. Now, this basically means we have absorbed the entire clan. I can unpause, so we do the battle now, which is great news for us, because it means all of a sudden I have the clan's fleets, which happen to already be outside the system, which is great. So now we have an additional group of ships, way better than mine. Not too powerful, but they might turn the tide in this upcoming battle. So we're going to make them all join the Royal Guard temporarily, and we're going to get this battle started. Do you know what? I might actually reduce the size of the the UI a bit. It is a bit obsessive, isn't it? I could barely see anything right now. Give me a second, guys. Let's go for this event as well. If I press escape, I think I might accidentally delete this, so I want to read it before we delete it. Alright, a sign of good faith and gratitude from Dirtsiders. I guess the legends were true after all, which means we share some common ancestors. If all the legends are true, then we have a lot to tell you. And maybe we need to also return some of our older ways. For now, though, we'll join our clans into one and share with you what our legends tell us. 2 ages ago, wait, it should look like a splash screen. Back in time we go. 2 ages ago, to be exact. Before the Age of Shadows, there was no separation between space clans and dirt clans. We were one people, you see, united against a terrible ancient enemy, the Shakturi, which is now actually in the game, that killed our people, destroyed our ships and our worlds, and tore space itself apart. This was a battle to finish, and defeating this enemy cost us most of our people, ships and worlds. By the end of the war, the worlds were full of disease and wrapped with natural disasters. Only the toughest survived, and those that went back dirtside were usually lost. We survived in space, you see. We were a part of a clan called the 8th Fleet back then, and the only one that made it through the end. Our last orders were to protect this system and to keep it safe and hidden from the enemy. I mean, up till now, you've been doing a great job, so I can't discount you too much there. To do whatever it took to survive until the final victory, when the worlds and the star clans would reunite and return to prosperity and cooperation. I don't think there's not normally this much text. I think it's because we're at the start of the game, by the way, just to put it out there. If you want to skip a bit, feel free. After 2 generations passed, some decided to go back dirt side and help those still alive there. But eventually they stopped communicating too. We who remained started calling ourselves the Ghost Fleet because of the ghosts of our ancestors fought with us. We fought against the terrors of the void that appeared at the end of the last age, keeping them out of our systems and away from our resources. We fought against and with some of the other star clans that survived as well. It turns out some of the enemies survived too, and we fought long wars against the Hive, which is actually in the game as well. They are the bug people. They're really fun to fight. For many generations, losing many ships and much of the clan, but also meeting and sometimes trading with and fighting alongside other star clans and other fleets. Eventually we drove the last enemies away, and then some of our clans turned on each other, and we've been fighting them mostly for the last 3 generations or so. There's not as many clans as used to be, you see, and it's been a while. We've been watching and seeing the Dirtsiders grow in number, guessing the plagues and disasters were over, and someday we'll meet again. The galaxy is a dangerous place, you see, and there's no telling what's out there beyond the system, but working together, we'll have a better chance of survival. So this is great news for us because we got the access to the starbase, we got the fleet, and we've also got advanced nuclear fission and proton ionization, which is a technology with better thrusters, by the way. Now, we're going to quickly pause. I'm going to get rid of the UI. It's a bit ridiculous. I do apologize. Look at all these resources we've unlocked. Because the Ghost Fleet's been playing the game, they've already got access to loads of resources in the game anyway. Oh, what have I done? And it's all in the space. So that's why all of a sudden we've just unlocked a gargantuan amount of knowledge because we've got all these technologies. Now, I want to quickly point out, this starbase does provide a little bit of research. It's pretty handy. It's actually in the middle of nowhere, as it should be. Yeah, it's quite far away. Now, it is actually near a natural source of fuel, calcium. So we're going to leave that here for now because it's pretty handy. And also it comes with an artifact. The final orders of the fleet. Now this will be sent back to our homeworld and it will provide us with some bonuses of more colony development and less war weariness in future battles. So pretty handy. Anyway, let me quickly change the settings. Now my question is, everybody, is this too small? Because I think the size difference is honestly quite vast. And look how small the text is. I'm sorry, I think I had to carry on playing on the higher setting here. I know it's a bit annoying with the amount of UI the screen takes up, but if we do a battle, what I'll do, I just have to flat out turn the UI off, because you don't always have to have it open. I can always close it whenever I want to, so it's not the end of the world. Anyway, battles. Where are we at? Let's go back over here, shall we? Have a look. So there is currently a space battle going on. As you can tell, unlike Stellaris, every ship is instanced, every weapon is shot individually, and it's basically awesome. I absolutely love it. So where wow, is this your top speed? He didn't pick up any fuel. He has no energy. That's unfortunate. So because he's got no fuel, we can't really do much, but the enemies retreat anyway, so it's okay. Okay, so what we're going to do, just to try and get us better in the future here, we're going to send off all of these advanced ships. I'm sorry, guys, you're all going to be retired and sent back to the farm. I want to get the technology unlocked right away. In fact, what we might do, actually, I will keep the super ship temporarily just to help maintain the main fleet for now. Only for a little bit, though. Okay, cool. So that should work out. Oh, sorry, you guys reset the order there. These smaller ships, the pirate ones we've unlocked, they look pretty cool, actually. But the idea is going to be that they do have some better technologies here. They do have armor, they do have shields, they do even have some, like, better fuel cells and stuff. So we might get some technology that way. At least that's the plan anyway. More speed, thank you very much. Okay, they're going to head back and get some stuff done. How are we looking, guys? Research labs have been unlocked. Now, because I've actually made this starbase my own personal one, I had to actually upgrade it myself. So we're going to quickly press the upgrade button, which automatically changes all components to the most advanced version. So it's already switched out the fission reactors with the old star reactors, and it's also plopped in the proper research lab as well. So we've got a tap save, and it's done. Simple. Cool. Looking pretty good. Excellent work. So what are we doing now? We're researching early... Oh, actually, let's do this quickly. So one of the techs we can grab, we haven't got it all the way, is the proton engines. This is a bit of engine of the basic one. This means we go faster, it's more efficient, it's a good idea. Because it's nearly finished, there's no reason not to quickly lock it in and finish it off, and then we'll try and move to other technologies afterwards. So we'll look around different laces here. So we've got some money as well. Let's just increase the size of the fleet again. Let's just wait a little bit, because it's a bit weird right now, because we have different ships in the Home Guard fleet, so we'll make sure we wait until they get disassembled. So you can kind of already see, they have to do one at a time, but they will be, slowly, disassembled and turned into research points. What I might do actually, because the actual planet can actually build its own ship, but very slowly. So we're going to try and move some of these small ships around and disassemble them in the starport instead. So we are now assembling 3 ships at a time instead of just 1. It makes things a lot faster. Cool. Looking pretty good. Awesome. So this guy's now being disassembled. You can see it's very slowly being ripped apart and just being flat out removed from service. Now, hopefully, as things are destroyed and unbalanced, we'll start seeing some pop-ups here, seeing that we've unlocked new technologies. But for now, we have to wait by and see what happens. I love this ship, by the way. It's pretty cool because you can actually see the weapons it has on top of the hull. So these would be the missile launchers and stuff. I kind of like it. I mean, like I said, it's not the most graphically intensive game, but for the amount of scale, because there's no fleet limits or anything like that, you just keep building, guys. You just keep building more and more and larger fleets. It's really awesome. Wow, that was quick. We've already unlocked the basic shields. We've also about to unlock the armor plating as well. Now, what I want to do, I need to get some more basic technologies here. We're right at the start of the game. We need to make sure we get the really basic stuff locked down. So we need more money, right? To get more economies and stuff. So we're going to unlock transfer systems, which gets troop compartments and passenger systems. Not very useful right now, but when we have the economy going and like tourism, it's very handy. We're going to get medical systems, which just flat out give you more money if it's on economy. It basically makes everyone's lives better, so you get more taxes in return. Pretty handy. Space commerce for trading later on. Storage for just more efficient fuels. And we're going to get these planetary exploration and improved sensors. Now, these are very important, because currently, if I do a survey on a planet, there's only so much we can research on it. We have a limit. So right now, our limit is only 15 level, which is not very good. So this actually increases it to 25. So if there's like a hidden item that has like a exploration level required of 20 right now, we won't be able to see it. But with this, we might be able to unlock it and get more anomalies on the run. Okay, with that being queued up, we also get damage control. Not very good right now, but all the basic components of the ship have a 25% reduced damage income, which is very, very good. Later on in the game, it actually starts repairing broken items. So you can actually kind of like whole tank in a way if you got enough of them. It's really fun. We're also going to probably increase this guy. So we want to get starfighters, which means we can start getting fighters and carriers, which is yes. Yes. Also, I want to try and get the very first upgrades for the railguns and missiles. We start getting a very nice income territory increase across the board. Oh, we found some aliens. I love that guy's thing there. So these guys are very, very far away. And I don't know where the screen's back right now. Let's zoom out a little bit. Where are they? I'm not sure what's happening right now. Oh, there they are. They're very, very far away. Probably too far for us to colonize right now. But if, in theory, we get over there and conquer it or colonize it with peace, we can get ourselves some crazy lizard people in our country there, which would be pretty cool. Let's get back over here. Armor plating soon. I'm going to try and get these new techs sorted out first, and then I will do some upgrades on ships, because we've got a lot of very quick techs coming through. There's no point doing it little bits at a time. I'd rather just wait a little bit. Let's have a look around here. Okay, you're doing a good job. We've now got armor unlocked as well. Very important. So right now, how combat kind of works is if you got no defenses, that is armor and shields, it just shoots the hull of the ship. And the hull of the ship is made up of basically all the components inside. So for instance, if you're very unlucky, you might get like a plasma blast to one of our gladiuses right now, and it might just hit the reactor and it blows up right away. So we definitely want to make sure we get access to basic defenses and stuff like this. It really will save our lives as we try and play through the game here. Big time. Okay, have you gone through all these ships yet? No, they're still going through the escorts. The pirates aren't attacking us. I honestly think it's probably because we have this ship in the fleet. If they can see us, they're aware that they would lose an outright fight. For now. When we get the technology unlocked and I get like a more basic good escort fleet, we will put this in the shop to decommission as well. But for now, it's probably saving us from being attacked. If you're unlucky, you might literally have all these mining bases be destroyed or raided, and you end up losing a lot of progress, which is what we want to try and avoid if we can. Okay. What is this? Ghost fleet is but they're attacking the starbase? Are they crazy? This starbase has loads of strength. Oh no. There's 2 of them. Now, the starbase is by itself, right? So in terms of, like, damage, we should have the advantage here. We can absolutely smash out some damage here. This starbase has loads of stuff. It's got, like, iron cannons, tractor beams, AoE attacks. It is stacked, everybody. I am a bit concerned about the damage, though. Why is this still here? Oh, transfer into Albion. So when you transfer artifacts, it takes the amount of time it would take for it to warp there with your most advanced hybrid technology. Oh no! They're actually killing us here. Oh no. When is this finished? ETA 2796. This is a unmitigated disaster here. This is really bad. For some reason, the amount of time it's going to take for this to get here is so long, we're going to lose it. Please retreat. Please retreat. Now, if we're lucky, they might just raid the base instead. They left. Whew. That was scary. If I lost this, I would have been very upset. Because I don't know if I'd be able to get it back. If the pirates capture it, it might just be lost in the depths of space. It might be like moved between different pirate clans as they fight each other. It would be a disaster. It would just be an unmitigated disaster. It's okay. We'll still survive for now. Is it worth building some ships to defend that? I'm not so certain, but we might consider it at some point. Ooh. Oh, that ship's now just... Oh, I see what happened. I asked for frigates as escorts in the ship. This is classed as a destroyer, so that's why it's been kicked out of the fleet. Not about it, though. So now the ship's by itself, it's automated mode. It's going to just patrol my space. It's going to protect different locations. And it's already going all the way over to my ghost base to maybe help it out a little bit. What is this? We found a anomaly. Ooh, the granite chamber. What's inside? Let's see. So we get a permanent population bonus on our home world, which is beautiful. More colony development, more hyperdrive research, and scenery, which is brilliant. So this place now has the ability to build a research lab. And later on in the game, when we get it going quite soon, I think, actually, it should be around here somewhere, we should also get the ability to construct on here a resource base, which is kind of like a big tourism thing. You're making a bunch of money from it. It's a good idea to get that sorted out at some point. We're also going to queue up some civilian ships. This means we can colonize now. We get bigger mining ships, and we have the ability to have fuel tankers and passenger ships. They're not that useful right now, but passenger ships are required for tourism, of course, and also if you get a colony, it moves migrants in between different systems. So pretty damn handy, I will say myself. Cool. Excellent. Let the spam fleet be increased. Oh no, please leave me alone. Where is the ship? Is it going to arrive in time? I hope so. I might make this a personal ship for now. I'm going to ask it to guard the starbase temporarily until we get that artifact out of there. Oh, God. Okay, it's a ride. Oh, look at these large missile shots. It's beautiful. Good. So the ship will automatically just fight in this area. It's going to chase them down, keep them at bay. Unfortunately, the ship's DPS isn't great because it's mostly got missiles, but it's fine. Now, luckily for us, I have actually queued up somewhere, right? Yeah, what I might do, just for this temporary system, I'm going to ask it to prioritize starfighters so it starts getting a little bit of backup. It's doing a good job. This ship, by the way, it should be pretty fast. 53 speed. Okay, it's not that fast, but I'm actually going to customize this tactics a little bit. So what I'm going to do, because it's only a very long-range ship, I'm going to ask it to always be cautious. Now, these are different attack modes. Cautious means it stays at its maximum range. And its maximum range, of course, is it's got itself some missiles. So in theory, it will try and stay at this distance between ships with the red marker is. So if you think about it, in theory, if it's fast enough, it will keep out of range of enemies and not take damage in combat, which is pretty powerful. Now, of course, it's going to try and retreat right now, but it's not fast enough, so it's not going to get there in time. Oh no, it's being hounded. Can you retreat, buddy? You're taking a lot of damage right now. Refuel. Where's the escape button? Escape, 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 escape. Run away! Oh! Now, luckily, it's got a high tier drive right now, which means it's very fast to spool up. So it's very good at escaping if it needs to. So not great. My super ship was defeated, and they're still stalking around the base here. Something I could have potentially done, I think there's a way of doing it. You can maybe move these into certain locations. So move an artifact to a nearby ship base with colony of your empire. First select the current location, then control it on destination. I wonder if we can cheat. Can I ask it to be transferred instead to this base? No, it's already been set off. Damn it. That's a shame. That is a big shame. Yeah, so because it's already been transferred very slowly, it's locked into a 30-year timer to get back to my main base, which is bad. There's no way about it, guys. It's just bad. It's a bad time. Good news is, it seems that the pirates want to keep this thing damaged, but not destroyed. I think. It's still, honestly, very concerning, to say the least. Okay, so your defense is 174. At this point, what we're going to do, after that is finished, we're also going to finish up these two technologies here. So we're going to get better deep space damage control, and we're also going to get railguns. And I'm going to upgrade the escorts, and we're going to try and get another fleet to go and defend that base temporarily. They might be able to help out in comparison if they're defending it with the station, so it doesn't get destroyed. That's the plan anyway. Anyway, everybody, let's build some additional exploration ships. 10, that's too much. 6 will do for now. We're under attack a lot. Oh, they're boarding it. That's okay. Wait, what happened over here? Oh, it's being upgraded to a... It got auto-upgraded. That's bad. Because my starbase is not very good in comparison to that base. It only has 10 defense. It has no shields, anything. It has literally nothing. Damn it. That's really bad, everybody. That's really, really bad. Well, that is a disaster I'll have to deal with next time. Because unfortunately for me, the game came out quite late today. And I wanted to get one episode sorted out for today. So, everybody, that is going to be today's episode. I don't know how it's going to do on my channel. But I'm going to be honest, everybody, no matter what happens, I'm doing a full series of this because I want to play it myself. So, if this does well, we're doing, like, episodes every day. If it doesn't do well, I might do some streams of it over the weekend. We'll see. Or if not, I might do larger episodes. Regardless, everybody, so far, I'm really looking forward to playing this game, and I cannot wait to see the endgame crisis many, many hours down the line. It's going to be a long series, everybody, so I hope that you are ready and raring to go. Apart from that, thank you for watching. If you're interested in the game, I will put a link of it in the description. Apart from that, though, thank you for watching. As always, please comment below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.